Hey people, so this is Mike Owangwa, and like I promised, I'll be doing the 40-day storytelling challenge to promote my book, NaijaCommando, and also to promote my classmates, DMC 95, my classmates from Command Secondary School. Just this year makes it 30 years we left school, and we'll be having a reunion in August. I'll give you details in coming days. So I want to tell you about the MANTRAP doors. Now, if you're in Nigeria, you'll be able to identify MANTRAP doors easily. MANTRAP doors are those doors that you have to pass through before you get into a bank. So they are security doors, and um, it doesn't allow more than one person in at a time. So while you're in, the other person has to wait. The door shuts, and then you step out, and then the other person can come in from the other side. Okay, so I remember in one of the branches I worked in, we used to have UPS issues, I think. So the door was connected. The MANTRAP doors were connected to a UPS system. So anytime there is a power outage, we need to go turn on the gen. So in between, the UPS holds the doors, right, and keeps them operating. People keep going in and going out without interruption. But there was this particular period that our UPS had issues. So somebody was trying to come in, and so as the power went off, I think they were having some difficulty putting on the generator. A lady was trapped inside the MANTRAP doors. Now you need to see hysteria. There's what they call claustrophobia, right? It's called claustrophobia. Yeah, where people are scared of closed places. Just imagine being confined somewhere, and then now you could see through the glass. She could see people inside the bank, and she could see people outside. But man, she went hysterical, trapped inside that door. So that's how we began to run around frantically. And eventually, we were able to, after some minutes, get the door to open, force the door to open, and then the woman ran out. It was like she should never go through that door again. I think when she was going out, they had to open the door, put it on emergency for her to walk through. So now it happened one day. So everybody laughed. Yeah, some people laughed, but it's not a funny situation to be in if you're involved. So one day I got trapped. Now I was the head of operations, but this will happen. Usually when we close work and then we are stepping out, as you're going out, they shut the door, right? They shut it down, and then we use the side door. So but the MANTRAP doors were still open as I was going. They didn't know that I was still within the door, so they shut the door down. I think they had turned off the gen, or so there was no power, and so I was trapped until somebody shouted, "Oga dey there, Oga dey there." You know, I suddenly experienced what that woman experienced. It's easy to advise people when you are not there. But one thing I told myself, number one, if you're hysterical, one of the things that will happen is that you suddenly feel short of breath. I don't know if anybody has ever been in that situation. Just put it in the comment section and tell me your experience. You suddenly begin to feel like you're losing breath, like there's no air. So I just told myself, guy, relax. I knew they were going to do something about it. At least I could see people around. So, but one thing I needed to do was conserve my energy, save my breath. So there was no need to panic. There was no need to increase my heartbeat and have high blood pressure. So I just relaxed. I just stood waiting and praying, that everything will be resolved. I think it took them a few minutes, and eventually it was resolved and I came out. Well, I wasn't scared. I've always told myself, when I'm in critical situations, don't panic, because you make better decisions when you don't panic. So that's my word for you today. Okay, two things I want to tell you from this story I've shared. Number one, don't panic. Sometimes it's not the situation you find yourself in that is the issue, but your reaction to it. Sometimes it is some people's reaction that end up messing up everything. So you need to be careful when you are in a critical situation, dangerous situation, whatever. Just remain calm. You might want to pray and say, Lord, what do I do? How do I handle this? You need to be calm. Don't panic, because most times when you panic, you will make wrong decisions, and then you are going to escalate things. You're going to complicate the situation. Please don't panic. Number two thing I learned from MANTRAP doors, which I want to share with you, is this principle about when one door shuts, another opens. Or if one door does not shut, another will not open. Whichever one applies to you. So that the MANTRAP doors, when you study it, as one person goes in and enters the door, the other person is waiting at the other side. That person cannot gain access until the door opens and this other person goes out. So I try to apply it to my personal life, and I saw it that sometimes the way God deals with us, if one door shuts, another will certainly open. So when your door shuts, what do you need to do? Just relax and wait. A bigger door is going to open. And when the door opens, please take advantage of it, utilize it well, and ensure that you use that your position to elevate others and make their lives better. So this is day one, Mike Owangwa, in my storytelling challenge. Tell me what you think about this. Please write in the comment section, like, share, subscribe. And then one thing you should also do for me, use the hashtag NaijaCommando as you comment. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.